Hello, kia ora, I'm Philip Duncan, and thank you for joining us for our Wednesday weather update, February the 1st. And the rain, well, it fell over the north, it moved through a little faster, and that meant the rainfall totals were a little lower. So that's some good news, despite the flooding and slips that we've seen overnight around Northland and Auckland. And now that wet weather is moving into Bay of Plenty and the eastern side and southern parts of the country. It's sort of moving down and around New Zealand. A very humid northeasterly flow across the country, very cloudy in the north, and further to the south, like we saw yesterday, those big afternoon thunderstorms delivering some big totals around some parts of Southland. A little bit hit and miss though. So let's take a look and see what is coming in for this evening. This is around about 7 o'clock tonight, and you can see that humid airflow is still with us, but the low pressure zone, there was one just near Cape Reinga yesterday, has basically drifted out and is merging with other low pressure systems in the Tasman. So it's falling apart. This is the main area of rain, sort of sliding across the North Island and a little bit into the South Island as well. And down here, we'll be seeing a few afternoon downpours and thunderstorms. I know it looks like everyone has rain, but this just indicates that there's a risk of showers really spilling over or bubbling up into the afternoon and evening. So that's tonight. Let's have a look at lunchtime on Friday, or Thursday, I should say, lunchtime Thursday. And you can see that humid northerly winds still coming down and now pushing into the west coast. So the west coast has had a very dry start to this year, but this might be a bit of a change for you coming in, not only here on Thursday, but in the weather coming up in the days ahead. So you've got rain coming through here with some heavy falls, not much coming over for the very dry side of Canterbury. And up here where we've had the rain and the slips and the flooding, more rain carries on around Coromandel Peninsula, parts of Waikato, Bay of Plenty, East Cape, and brushing Auckland. Auckland will get a few downpours and a few showers coming through the day. But the good news is, as we head in towards the long weekend, things are improving for the northern part of the country. So it's not all bad news. Now, it is still a bit windy with the nor'westers coming through, and we've got this storm very clearly out here over Tasmania, which may look concerning, but for the upper North Island, this isn't much of an issue to worry about. It may bring severe weather to the South Island and certainly some severe weather around Tasmania and Victoria, possibly even into South Australia, with Adelaide getting some pretty strong southerlies coming through for a time. All right, so how does that shape up as we go through the weekend, the long weekend? Well, it's actually not looking too bad, because here we are on Saturday with mostly settled weather across the country. A couple of afternoon downpours or thunderstorms may appear inland, especially with all this humid air and the moisture, and then you get some afternoon sunshine, perfect recipe for some afternoon downpours. But most of this stuff is out over Australia. So Tasmania, very unsettled on Saturday, so is Melbourne, but most other places aren't too bad, and in New Zealand, those windy northerlies will start to pick up. And on Sunday, they'll spread up the South Island and into the lower North Island. Pretty blustery at times. Rain becomes heavy on the west coast. And again, a few afternoon downpours will bubble up in the North Island. Low pressure in the tropics around Vanuatu and Fiji. Neither of them are storms, but it's worth keeping an eye on this system as it will drive in some rain to Fiji and Tonga in particular. So then we get to Waitangi Day Monday, and that cold front that was moving up the country, that's all that's left over as it moves into Auckland and Northland and Waikato and Coromandel and Bay of Plenty. So really just a few showers coming in. It's nothing much to worry about at all. That's the positive news. More positive news behind it. A lot of high pressure trying to come on through. So hopefully this is a bit of an end to this very unsettled period we've had. But in saying that, the long range forecast still suggests we're going to be seeing a little bit more rain, wetter than average for the top of the country. So our next Climate Watch update for the month of February and the outlook for the start of autumn, that is coming out today as well. So please do look out for that. It'll cover off the long-term trends. And for Aucklanders, you're wanting some dry weather, and for Cantabrians, you're probably wanting a bit of rain. So we'll see what's coming. That is on Climate Watch coming out today, Wednesday, the 1st of February. That is all from me for today. Hope you coped okay overnight. We'll be back again tomorrow, Thursday, with our next weather update.